Well, let's test the music. Let's see if everything's working. Let's make sure that we get everybody online, as in Facebook platforms, YouTube platforms. It's Friday, it's Friday. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. I will set the clock for 15 seconds. Everything looks like it's on. Good morning, world. Let's have a great show today. I'm going to get grilled by the Good Morning World community, by the way. I'm going to play the questions and answers from Wednesday night. We're going to spend some time there. I'll be here the entire program. But let's get the program started. Everybody's here. Everybody's on. Welcome. Morning, noon, or night. Let's get cracking. See you on the other side.
Five, four, three, two, one, zero. All engine running.
All aboard!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Liftoff and the clock has started.
Four computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Good morning. Boker Tov. Good morning, world. It's me, RORY ALEC. Whether you're in India, right across Asia, time to dust the sleep out the eyes. It's time to wake up and shine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Casting from the heart of Europe. It's me here in Austria. To you guys out there, a big God bless you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's time to celebrate.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's right, Jesus is alive. He's on the throne.
Nice to be in orbit.
And he loves you this morning. The chickens are up, the rooster's crowing. It's time for Good Morning World. Good morning, world. Me, RORY ALEC. Great to be with you this morning, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is a hot, balmy Friday here, but thank God it's Friday. I've got that 3-day shadow here. My hair is cut. I'm feeling great, especially because it's the end of the week. And good morning to you. How are you all over the world? I pray you're well morning, noon, or night. I know some of you watch this just before you go to bed. Some of you watch it as you get up and you're having your breakfast. And thank you for inviting me to your kitchen table. I appreciate it. It's lovely. And some of you watch it in the middle of the day, having a lunch break or somewhere in between, watching when you shouldn't be watching. You should be doing something else. But hey, it's lovely to be with you. Caroline Williams, good morning, Caroline. She says, good morning on this wet and windy Friday. Send us some of that wet, please. Wow, we have been going through a heat wave here in Austria, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm live. It's Friday morning, and got a packed show today. Today, yours truly is going to be grilled by questions and answers. And it's going. I was editing the Vision Cast yesterday. Yesterday was a packed day, of course, daily grind in the morning, my devotional time where I'm grinding and I'm praying in the Holy Ghost, and my patrons join me on that, which is wonderful. And then, of course, I go live at 8 o'clock with Thursday's program, and then start preparing for today, Friday. And next week, we've got some amazing Good Morning World content lined up. We're going to spend a couple of days with Nepal next week. It's going to be... I'm encouraged and excited. I mean, it's a heavy topic, and we will move into that area which we don't see much on television. But next week we're going to spend some energy and time with Nepal. Wonderful country, beautiful people. But let me come back to yesterday. So yesterday, as I was preparing, I was editing the Vision Cast as well. So not only Daily Grind, but Good Morning World, but preparing the Vision Cast to send it out to those who registered but were unable to attend. So. We've got over 500, 600, 700 people that are interested in knowing more about the Good Morning World vision. So that was done, and it was finally uploaded late last night. But as I was working through it yesterday, I thought I should put in the questions and answers for today's program. Why not? And I think it was really him giving me the leading of it. So that's what we're going to do today. You're going to find out where I live, why I live here. You're going to find out what equipment I use. We're going to all sorts of combinations and people's comments on actually Good Morning World, the program, and how will I sustain it and how will I keep it going and all of these things. So we're going to have, it's going to be a little bit long this morning, but we'll try and get it within 35 minutes if I don't talk too much now, which is what I'm doing. I just got to say hello to David. David, Seattle, I like it. Good morning, David. He says, I hope you had a wonderful day. Thank you for sharing your positive energy. Hey, listen, it's great to hang out with you, and thanks for joining us. And then we've also got Midiana from Kumari. Good morning, Midiana. Or no, Midiana Kumari from India is probably the right way, right? She's all got the Shabbat Shalom thing going there. Wherever you're watching, let me know where you're watching from. I'm going to be sitting here the entire program this morning, while the other me that was talking on Wednesday, which I edited yesterday, is going to be talking this morning as well. So put that in your digital brain and let it go. Hang out with me, it's worth it. Before we do that, just remind me, yeah, absolutely. Why? What's the vision, Rory? Well, the vision is to provide a television service to encourage great living through great works. Great living through great works. And I've really been encouraged that I've been able to find and that Good Morning World has that DNA already. The mission, arrive daily. Just show up, Rory. It's like, okay. It's not all smiles, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you'll hear Rory grumbling up and down this 3 flights of stairs behind me as I come up into the Mustard Seed Studios like, oh man. And all I can hear him, and I must give credit to him, by the way, because I say, yeah, it's me, myself, but I get this whisper from within, deep within and from above, where it's like, I am your partner in this venture, right? It's me that's actually empowering you, giving breath to breathe, to live, and the idea is to, and of course I'm instantly humbled. Instantly, yes, Lord, of course, it is you, He's my partner in crime. So, by the way, lots of people were enjoying the Vision Share on Wednesday evening. I'm not going to show that. If you would like the Vision Share, I'm very happy to send it to you. You can just register. All you need to do is give me your email address by going to my homepage, RORYALEC.tv. On the homepage, just go down, put your name in, your email address, and I'll immediately send you this Wednesday's Vision Cast. But on this morning's program, as I've said a number of times already, I'm going to play the questions and answers. So let's get moving forward. Before that, birthday time.
Good morning, world.
Seeing it is Friday the 25th, we've got 2 sets of birthdays. We've got today and tomorrow. So Diana Porter, happy birthday, Diana. It's Friday, it's your birthday. Mike Ross Sr., happy birthday. Deborah Blessings, happy birthday. Savannah Wholesome, happy birthday, Savannah. Gwendolyn Gill, Ravi Stephen. Carol Noreen Patterson is doing a birthday fundraiser on this Friday the 25th for Alzheimer's Association. Great, Carol. I hope that you hit your goal and your target with your friends and your family. Iamon Eunice, happy birthday, sir. Now we move to Saturday. Terry Mitchell, tomorrow will be your birthday. I hope you're going to have a great birthday tomorrow, Terry. Colleen Schultz Rasmussen, happy birthday. Philip Martin Donner, happy birthday. Nancy Ferguson. Mimi Caban, happy birthday. Marish Kier Leonard, happy birthday. Marish Kier, I hope I'm saying Marsha Kier. Maybe it's Marsha Kier. Marsh Kier. It's always going to be a difficult one, right? And then Richard Smith, happy birthday, sir. The Lord bless you. Todd Mitchell. And finishing up with Oyango M. Ochieng. You guys always get my tongue twisted. Ladies and gentlemen, happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful day for today and for tomorrow, and that you're spoiled rotten by your loved ones, your families and your friends. We certainly celebrate you here on Good Morning World. Behind me there, I got it right. I'm a little high today. That chest there, behind it. What do you think of the locks, by the way? New hair, new color. Yesterday I was gray. Today I'm blonde. Hopefully not a dumb blonde, right? Too cheerful on Friday morning for some, but hey, what can I say? It's Good Morning World. That chest there is going to have the names of all of the birthday guys and girls for the month of June. And next Friday, the 2nd of July, so that I get everybody in June in the box, I'm going to pick a winner, and we're going to give them a big blessing from the Good Morning World community. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I was grilled after sharing the vision for 45 minutes, which, by the way, I will send to you if you send me your email address. I said that as well. By those who were on with me on Wednesday's Vision Cast, and some very interesting questions. The first one was a blunt and direct question from India, so why don't we get cracking?
Good morning, morning, morning.
Oh, it's me again. Well, that was very intelligent, Ross. Without further ado, let's go over to India for the first question of the Q&A.
Good morning, world.
Rory, where are you now currently, in US or UK?
Is that Matthew talking?
Yeah. Matthew.
I see you, Matthew. Currently, I live in Austria. I've been living here for 7 years. Wonderfully remarried. Beautiful wife, spirit-filled, loves the Lord. But 7 years living in Austria until the Lord tells me otherwise.
Anybody else with questions?
Hi, Rory. It's really great to see what you're doing. It's wonderful to have you back on air and using your gifting as God planned for your life. And great to see that you have plans to fulfill some of the visions, like the trees and going up Mount Kilimanjaro.
Are you coming with me, Alistair?
Well, I might. I was climbing Ben Nevis the other day.
Well done.
The question that I wanted to ask you is, I mean, you're very good. You've got a real media gifting and you're able to repackage information. And I've loved some of the, the inserts that you've done. But how do you keep it evergreen? Because, Good Morning World is a very short life. It lasts for 24 hours maybe. And will you have a roundup program of the week? Or how do you keep it evergreen?
It's a very good question. And the answer, in my opinion, is quite simple, Alistair, because every morning planet Earth awakens. And they all awake at a different time. They wake up and start their day. And every day someone's circumstances are they're either on the tops of their metaphoric mountains, as in soaring, or they're in the valley of the shadow of death, or somewhere in between in terms of life's dramas and challenges. And so I think Good Morning World will take a commitment from a dedicated content team. And as I said earlier on, it could grow around the world. I mean, we could literally have content providers. Even as I'm looking at you guys and girls tonight, you can generate content for Good Morning World. And there already have been some of our viewers that have connected in and brought what's happening on the ground in their part of the world. When I have enough people in the production team, yes, we can summarize the end of the whole week in terms of what's coming up. And we can also take out segments of Good Morning World's programs and wrap around them so that they actually become evergreens and live in their own right as a piece of information that will encourage and educate people. Oh, and entertain people too. I mean, I try and bring a little sparkle of entertainment. This morning I put on a golf shot that was amazing, where this guy hit the ball across a pond. It bounced a few times, it rolled up onto the green, and everyone stared at it, and then they started to get louder and louder until the guy knocked it right into the hole. No one thought he would do it. It was an unbelievable shot. So a little bit of entertainment. And there's much more that will come in terms of our content, in terms of the vision we have. A long answer to your short question. Was that what you...
That's great. Thank you very much.
Rory, Robin's asked a question about what are the timelines look like for rolling out the vision and stages.
So we are in well, I was going to say early 2021, but we launched in May, the hard launched, and we're now moving towards the end of June. And so production is here every morning in the Mustard Seed studio, and we put the program together here, or I put the program together. But as the team builds up around me, as my patrons empower us, we then move to late 2021. So September, you're going to start seeing adverts. I was talking with Dean this afternoon in our weekly production meeting or program meeting or project meeting that August I'm taking the month off. I'm doing a Christian conference first week, and then I'm taking a week off with Corolla, and then I'm going to the UK to meet with you guys in Maverick. And September we kick off Good Morning World revamped. It may be an hour by that point, definitely a half-hour program, somewhere in between, and it will start having advertising breaks, and you will see adverts. We're currently talking to a couple of people who want to go out and start finding advertisers, early adopters at this stage. And then we move into 2022, we're going to start bringing in other dynamics. So it is possible as finances come in from sponsorship and advertising, and yes, once we've launched our app and people are subscribing to that, including you guys as patrons who will be getting that for free, we will then start increasing our distribution even beyond the social media and the digital, the OTT platforms, and we'll be growing stronger on the old-fashioned, I call it old-fashioned, it's still powerful, it's still very, very relevant, satellite and cable platforms. So that will come into late 2022, and it's just got to grow. This is a precious project, and it will organically grow. I see it growing organically. The Lord has regularly grabbed me by this ear here. I don't know if you can see it's slightly larger than this one. I jest, but you know what I mean. Have you had that feeling where God grabs you by the ear? He says, wait on me. Wait on me. Wait on me. It's like, okay, yes, Lord, I'm waiting. So I'm moving in, because I'm a very focused, I don't have to tell you guys, you've seen me by God's grace with GODTV. I'm in a different frame of mind. I'm actually in a much happier place, very comfortable in my own skin, in my walk with the Lord, and waiting on Him. I do get impatient. Welcome to humanity. I mean, you guys don't, but I do. But I am waiting on the Lord. So, Robin, thank you for your question. I hope that has answered it. Things will grow. I want to actually honor what Dean's saying. He's like, Rory, don't share too big. Just share now. We want to encourage people, and yes, absolutely, Good Morning wants to be an encouragement and be there, somewhere where you can tap in, and whatever comes, you're going to be encouraged, maybe educated, a little entertained, if hopefully edified by the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, that was great, Rory. Actually, so essentially, this is going to be a multimedia initiative, and also incorporating different kind of visions into the picture of reaching the word to the world. So how is it going to be different from GODTV? What is the differentiator that you see?
GODTV has a lot of preaching and teaching. It's equipping the saints to reach the lost. So GODTV very much, at least when I was heading it up and the vision that we'd founded, it was there. It was a small percentage to evangelize. Of course, whatever we could, we would evangelize. But then GODTV was very much to equip the saints to reach the lost. So it was very much helping Christians get more understanding and education and knowledge and revelation, and then being able to grow in the Spirit and move out and reach the unreached. Good Morning World is very much a bridge between the body of Christ. It's, as I said right from the get-go, and if you've watched Good Morning World, you'll see I'm very comfortable about Jesus. He's my King, He's my Savior. I'll talk about Him. No problem. But I want it to be broader than that. I want someone who is an atheist or a believer of another faith to be able to watch Good Morning World and feel the love of the Father, feel the Spirit of the Most High. I want to be in a position where we can encourage them. We can share good news. Not everything will be Christian. A lot of it will be excellent works, a lot of wonderful social initiatives that are helping people on the planet. Good news like, hey, every single day, I don't know if you guys and girls are aware of this, but every single day, 145,000 people are lifted out of poverty, of extreme, and I just feel, we get our daily news, mainstream media especially, you get negative, and then after 20 minutes of the news, you get a good news story at the end, like, oh, look, the fireman saved the cat from the tree. Okay, I'm being a little facetious here, but you know what I'm saying. I want it to be the other way around with Good Morning World. That when you wake up in the morning, you might have 10 minutes, or you might watch it later. you'll see what's coming up, and if you've got the time, you'll enjoy it. But you'll get an encouragement, you'll get a lift up, and that can only be given by the Holy Ghost. So, without Him, we don't have we won't have something that's very different, perhaps you might argue, to other breakfast television. So the Father, in His leading me in this new task, is very much involved. The Spirit is very much involved, but it's not, oh, hallelujah, let's open our Bibles and move to, chapter so-and-so and verse so-and-so, which, by the way, is wonderful. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not what Good Morning World is.
Thank you.
Robin, I hope that answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
Rory.
Larry.
A quick question. It's just more immediate and more technical. Are you using Stream Deck for production currently?
I'm using Ecamm Live and Restream.
Okay. You might want to look at Elgato Stream Deck. I've been watching the program for several weeks, and you might find that enormously useful in transitioning scenes and bringing in new content. That's it. Yep.
I have it. My docking station exploded last week. I said on Good Morning World, it exploded. I have a wonderful docking station for this little Mac Mini, and the Mac Mini M1 is very limited on its ports. So I had to send that off to Vienna, the capital of Austria, and they came back to me earlier this week and said, yes, it blew up. It's a problem with the manufacturing, and we've sent you a new one. So Larry, as soon as it arrives, it's back on. I love the Stream Deck. It is fantastic.
The other question is, not for daily grind. The setting for that is relaxed and warm. I like that very much. But I wonder what a green screen would offer a Good Morning World in terms of the ability to run that logo constantly and just to make it pop a bit more, and when you're rolling in advertisers and so forth. Ah, marvelous. So that's in the plan.
Don't mind me in my denim shorts, ladies and gentlemen. It's 34 degrees here. As soon as I've finished this vision cast with you guys and girls, and I hope you've been enjoying it, I'm going to be jumping in a cold swimming pool, which is not so cold. So yes, Larry, I have a green screen. Okay, and that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's all. I just was curious. I've been enjoying the program, both of them, immensely. Rory, good job. I can only imagine how much time it's taking you to do this each day, but it's fantastic. It's polished, and the content, more to the point, is really quite good.
No, I appreciate that encouragement very much. I will tell everybody that I've now getting to the place where it's not so much about how to work everything. I'm now coming into that place which I'm so excited about, where I can really focus on content. And I can't wait, Larry, until I've got one or two folks that are working with me full-time who are just out there searching content, bringing it in. What do you think of this? Do we want to do this? And not just plan for tomorrow, but plan for next week and the week after, so that a lot of the show is already formulating. So, for example, when I climb Kilimanjaro, Alistair, and I do want to do this before I reach 60, and I don't know who else would like to walk with me on that one. We want to be able to plan that ahead so that we can actually go live. Take a bamboo bicycle and cycle around Lake Victoria in the heart of Africa, and then finish up at Kilimanjaro and climb. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's interesting content that will go viral. It is content that I think Good Morning World will well serve, and the viewership will love it, and they'll track with us daily. And at the same time, we will help villages, and we will drill deep water wells, and we will give bicycles to those who need transport, and so really do good work. So these are what I would call theme programs, and they would happen every 2 months or every 3 months, and then in between that we would have our normal daily bread of Good Morning World. Busy shaking my hands all over the place. Yes.
I think the last time I saw you was in Jerusalem. We went on a GODTV tour, like, I don't know, 2007 or something.
Was that our 10th anniversary?
Yeah, maybe, you know, I can't remember. I'm getting old too, but not quite. But yeah, I'm not sure, but it's quite a while ago. So it's good to see you again. You talk a lot about content. I'm a detailed guy, so I'll just make a few comments on what you said after thinking it over a little bit. I like that. I think for me, what differentiates what I listen to in terms of podcasts and whatnot is the content. I understand you have the bigger vision, you know, and you want to do all these things like, you know, help the poor people, other countries, and so forth. But from what I understand from your vision and who you want to reach, I think that's a critical component. For me, you know, I've sort of moved away from social media quite a bit, actually. A lot of other people have. I know many people are still on there, but even in the Christian community, it can be an echo chamber. I'm not sure how much gets achieved there. And this is just my opinion, obviously. And, you know, also the small bits and the short little messages. Yeah, it maybe captures somebody's attention span. But for me, the real life-changing type of content is proper detailed content. But you know, there's a balance. But we assume people understand the message you want to convey, a short message, and they can run with it from there. But for me, I found that's not necessarily the case. I think most people need some explanation, and a lot of that comes through examples. You know, some of the program you mentioned, having people on that is doing stuff in real life, bringing together real life and the spirituality. This is how it really looks instead of speaking Christianese. I think these are all good ideas. So I like that part of the vision. I've seen that in what we do as well. You know, I've done several things in my life, but we do work with people. Most of them are secular, and you get their attention by how you execute, the excellence of what you do, what you contribute to their lives. Even though if you don't speak to them about the gospel or specifically directly about the Lord, they see that, they recognize something is different, and that opens up a door at some point.
Exactly right.
So it takes a harder graft. It's almost, sometimes I call it special forces, because every person can be a specific assignment.
Yeah.
And it takes a graft to address whatever it is spiritually that, you know, needs addressing in our lives. So that's what the one part. The other part, just on your distribution, I see our Facebook and YouTube on there. I understand they're still the biggest platforms, but my question would be, like, you know, how in future, the way things are going and the type of censorship that's taking place, some of it quite ridiculous. I know it's still the biggest platforms, but what's your future vision for trying to avoid the pitfalls of being cancelled at any given time for nothing, right? So maybe I like the apps you have, like on Roku and all of the rest. Maybe I'm biased. I don't like these bigger platforms because they have now a long track history of pulling the plug on people on the most inopportune times. You know, so that for me is just it's not necessarily an immediate issue, but it may well become
it's a very
an issue
real
in the
issue.
future.
It's a very real issue right now. We already know for a fact that what I do on YouTube is flagged. I have an algorithm dampener at the moment, so which is another reason why we need to break through. And part of it is purely just business. The algorithm is designed in such a way that, hey, if you want to reach people, like for example, I have nearly 5,000 folks on Facebook that have said, hey, can we be your friend? And of course, yeah, this is my personal profile. And I want to tell you something, Casper, that if I don't spend money, which I don't at the moment, but we will do in the future, if we don't spend money, we don't even reach those friends. You have a small group of people that will get your notices or your postings, etc., etc. And the same with YouTube. It's a business. There is the other agenda, though, the ideological war, the spirit of the age, the lawless dynamic, the young minds, and I generalize now, but the many young minds that are working in these high-tech industries that are they're forcing their ideologies on so many different, on all of us, and if they don't like what we're saying, then they just pull us off. So yeah, I track with you.
And I understand it's not a simple challenge, right? Because these are powerful forces, but it's a realistic challenge that will be out there, right?
Okay, so I'm going to answer you in a number of ways. One way, let me just tell you where I am from a spiritual perspective. And I felt this early this week. I felt the Lord saying, Rory, welcome to how Joseph felt in the dungeon. And I feel that's where I'm at the moment. And the minute that I felt the Lord whisper that to me, I just rested. It was like, I'm waiting on you, Lord. I know that story. I know that story. God in a moment can take Rory Alec, Good Morning World, and whatever else, and reposition how he chooses when he wants. So the first thing I would say is that is his battle. I will follow him. How we work our way through these very powerful technical companies. So you're right. But if I really believe in him, then I must believe that the creator of the universe and holding everything together can walk us through that. The second thing is...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, on you go.
No, I was just going to say the second thing is using wisdom and with a favor from above is place myself on platforms, walk within reason without compromising, and prepare for that clampdown. Prepare for that, hey, we're demonetizing your program. Hey, we're kicking you off YouTube or Facebook. And that's why I mentioned earlier, linear television is still a powerful force. And at the same time, build up our own app, which we haven't built yet. We will once we have the right finances. Build up our own app and strengthen our own web platform. And at some point when money really flows, one has to invest to some degree as a backup redundancy on a controlled server base where you are in control of your content and no one can switch you off. Not Apple TV, not Google, nobody.
And the other thing that I did like also is that you want to fund through advertising. I know you want the crowdfunding initially, but for me, I like that also. I mean, traditional Christian TV, and I've been a supporter of GODTV for a long time, many years.
Thank you. For that.
However, I prefer not asking people for money all the time. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I like it. But then there's the balance of being able to be supported by advertising and still do the content the way you intend through
exactly. And if I can balance out my subscriptions, Casper, if I can balance out my subscription revenue for the app from our patrons and from those who are subscribing to the app on a monthly basis, and we have to work out what the price point is, between that and the advertising revenues and keeping our costs low, that's the critical thing, is just keep, and it's having the right policy, the right fiscal policy to keep our costs really low, not to grow crazy big. I mean, for example, Joe Rogan as an example. Now, I want to do something slightly different to him, but his overhead is so low, it's ridiculous. But the man is generating 100,000 per show, so it's
right. Yeah,
it's all about getting the right audience.
In general, I like your vision and I like the way you're going about it. And these are my comments, which I see potential issues and what I like for the future. So it's great for me to see you, starting this up and going for it.
And I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
Hi, Rory. I wanted to say something.
Anna Rud, how do I say your name?
Anu. You can call me Anu. So
Thank you,
first of all, I want to tell you that it is a miracle that I'm talking to you because I have watched you for years. And today I'm talking to you is a miracle.
It's my joy, and thank you for joining us today.
Yes, and I want to encourage you that you're moving with time because the way you are wanting to reach out to people, because I watched only one episode of yours, you were talking about the cars. And that caught my attention. I watched the car part. So I believe that God is giving you wisdom to reach to the people who are unreached, perhaps in a different way. And the idea of having sponsor is a very wonderful idea. And a few years before, I was thinking that where are you when, with all your potential, why you disappeared? So looking at you, I see that God answered that prayer, and I believe that in one day you can have thousands of people, just like you shared that that multiplied in Book of Acts. So God will support you, and we are with you. We'll pray for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Anu. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And also, I want to tell you that I'm a short film producer. I did my recent project in Las Vegas. I did my biopic. So I understand whatever you're sharing about equipments and studio and everything, I totally relate to it. So God will provide for you.
Well, I hope you join me on this journey. I hope you join me on this journey, Anu. I need all of your help, ladies and gentlemen, really. It's, as I said, at the moment, I have 19 wonderful patrons. And I would like to encourage you guys, if you're open, pray about it, think about it, and then join me. I need everybody's help. And that's what these vision casts are all about. I'm being very clear and very direct. It is a business. It will run as a for-profit. And in the early days, you are sowing into this joint venture, but in due course, it becomes something that you will get the app and you will get that benefit too. But you'll have the benefit of saying, hey, as the Lord led Rory into his new season, we were with him in the beginning of that. So it would be my privilege to have you as part of the team. I need, as all of you know, without one person cannot do it. It takes a team, whether we like it or not. There is no company on planet Earth that didn't launch with shareholders or investors or a whole group of people coming around as a Kickstarter and a crowdfunding initiative to see something take off.
Hey, Rory, how are you doing? Thanks for your presentation.
Dermot, my pleasure.
If you're looking to climb a real mountain, you could come to Ireland here. We have the McGillicuddy Reeks, the highest in Ireland, an amazing mountain. Yeah, I've been up there, so you could maybe think about coming. Yeah.
I'm not close to the idea.
Right. Do you know what I want to ask you a couple of things, Rory? There, you know your advertising. You know the model you've just given us there, or you've just explained to us, and through advertising. Have you any specific advertising that you're specifically looking at? You know, in regards to like, or is it anything goes really advertising, or is it something specific that you're going to target?
Great question. We're talking about it at the moment. If we go with YouTube and Facebook, they just put anything goes on there. Well, you have some semblance of control on the length of advert, when it can come in on your program, and kind of generally the algorithm pairs up with our content, the kind of advertisers, which in our case will probably be more conservative, etc., etc. But I think we're leaning very much towards really controlling the 6 minutes. So we pre-sell through agents advertising. We choose the right adverts. We bring them on. So whether it's Christian or non-Christian, it'll be something that's going to be within our ethos of Good Morning World. So, and I think that's the better way, and not allow YouTube and Facebook to interrupt, but rather be in control of our own advertising inventory. And we're looking at that. We'll be talking more about that in August. And as I said earlier on, in September, we go into the next phase. As Robin was asking with her question earlier on, we go into the next phase of Good Morning World, which will have these minutes of advertising. So as you and I, for example, we might watch a US channel, a news channel, and then they're on an international platform. And when they go to a break, something will come up, some weather dynamic or something, while locally adverts are playing out in the United States. So we'll probably have something along those lines. We'll see. We're working on that. But the long answer to your short question is we're going to try and make sure that advertisers fit in with Good Morning World's ethos.
Yeah, sure. Well, again, just watching some of the programs, Rory, they're very uplifting. They really are. And I can see your heart as an evangelist, really. To reach people, but doing it in a way that's not, too religious, if you want to put it in those terms or whatever. Yeah, but I can see your heart in that, and it's quirky as well as some of the stuff you have on there is good programming, and it's captivating. I know, as an evangelist myself, we're looking for ways of reaching people, and those who won't come into a church or who won't look at Christian program like GODTV or whatever. Yeah. So in ways of reaching those people, in actual fact, I've just thrown this out to you, if you're looking for me and my friend John, we he's the most resurrected man on the planet. We buried him 6 times in different countries, 6 feet under, and we've had like 6 million people tune into that. From a GoPro camera in our pimped out coffin in the ground. So, there's ways of reaching people.
Let's connect up. Let's talk about that. I mean, I've been impressed looking at your Facebook page, just seeing some of the posts where you're preaching on the streets there, man. More power to you is wonderful, powerful stuff. Yeah, any ideas that any of you ladies and gentlemen might have, I'm open to them. The best way to do it is just send me a direct message on Facebook, and most of you are my friends on Facebook anyway. Otherwise, send me a request and I'll sign you up, or whatever it is that you're supposed to do, and direct message me, and then we can look at it. By the way, if I take a long time to come back, it's not because I'm not seeing it. I will get there, and if I don't, forgive me and just go, okay, that didn't hit the spot, but send something else. I think Dermot, a lot of this interaction with the Good Morning World community viewership itself is going to also bring content to the show.
Right. Well done, Rory.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much. I can see all your faces down here. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? We're coming up to 9:30. I really appreciate your time. You've been super patient. I think that's it, Dean. It seems.
Yeah, I think that's all the questions. So what we'll do for everybody who's attended, we'll send you a link tomorrow afternoon with the link, the replay, just in case you want to watch it again. We'll also send you some links if you want to support the campaign.
So in terms of if you would like to become part of the team, and I'm just being bold here because this is what it's all about, the way you can give, yes, Dean will send a link out tomorrow, but it's very simple. You go to the web page, RORYALEC.tv and /support, and you can then sign up there. And then you'll have your own ability to have your own page, log in there, and you'll be able to access all the daily grinds. Many of the daily grinds since we launched the new website are up there, right, Dean? And we're going to add more. All of the Good Morning Worlds will go on there as well. And then I will, at some point in the next month, maybe August, when I've got a bit of downtime, I will then try and also get all of those linked in between Alex in the UK and myself. He's doing the web. We will try and get, for those of you who become a patron, you will have access to all the content that I do have on Vimeo, which is a lot of stuff. So especially all the Spirit Soul Body vlogs as well. They will all be on this page on my website, RORYALEC.tv. But for now, the way you can join and support us on this capital campaign, and that's my request. Please seriously consider it, and I look forward to having you on this journey with me. It really is an exciting time.
Good morning, morning, morning.
It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's Friday. It's the end of the week. It's the 25th of June, and we have been live. I've been interacting with you guys and girls as you've been sending some texts and messages. Some I've put on the screen. Thank you very much for all of your encouragement. I know you got to get to work. For those of you who are on this side of the pond, you're off to work, and I know some of you are finishing up your work. I've got to get to work. But I've loved hanging out with you guys. I will be back on Monday morning without fail, by God's grace, of course, by God's grace. But I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and then you get a little bit of rest and relaxation. Listen, until Monday, lots of love. Encourage somebody like you would like to be encouraged. Thanks for hanging out with me. Until then, ciao for now. Love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that little bell notification at the bottom. Every time we post something, you'll be getting it. To all my patrons, thank you so much for your support, guys. Without you, until tomorrow morning, lots of love. Keep smiling, keep shining. From me, Rory Alec.
Welcome home. Beautiful, beautiful.
Good morning, morning, morning.